Welcome back!
Whoa,
I know, it's on. It is on. The Flash episode number 9. Oof.
9.
Number 9. Oh my goodness. These episodes are coming in so fast that we have to collect the data and organize it in such a way where we have to also add a little bit more value and share other things that we've learned. So on top of the things that we're going to share, we're going to add more value with regards to the information. And so at the end of this situation, the goal is for everybody, hopefully, to save some time and money. It's one of the strategies at the Premium Advantage. And we're going to be introducing professionals. Today we have 3 experts in industry from Houston that are going to be sharing a lot of information that I think is valuable. And I want to take the time to now slow it down.
Boom. Slow it down. Screw it and chop it.
Everybody's going super fast. It's cool. It's understandable. It's one of the natures of what things are happening. But this is one of those opportunities where we're actually saying, a little bit.
Pump the brakes.
Stop. Hold. Let's get it together. Regroup.
Yeah. Regroup. And to keep this in mind, this is an intro, right? But it's an intro that because we've done some communication already to the systems that we utilize, some of the tools, it's like we kind of already know each other. In my perception, you know what I mean? I have some questions when we go some details and things of that nature. But with regards to that, what I wanted to do is introduce our co-host, Mr. Jacinto.
I've actually changed my name. My name is now DJ Chonguitos. DJ Chonguitos in the mix.
Look for the website.com. Go get it quickly. It's
you know what? Actually, that's a good idea.
And our special intro today, Miss Akilah Thomas.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, I looked a little bit on your information, okay? And the quickest thing that I can go in here and summarize, because we're saving time and money for everybody, is summarize, is the information that I have with regards to you. And you have a tax business. You're in the tax industry. You're a tax preparer. You have a network, and you work in this industry. Is this correct?
Yes, and I'm super amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
Super amazing.
I tell you what.
I forgot to say that.
I 100%, I wrote it in my notes. Amazing. I must have wrote it in my notes. If I forgot, my bad for forgetting to write it.
Terrible.
But the nature of my intrigue was the little gaps of information that she had in her system where I was like, oh, she did this. Oh, man. Yes, you know what I mean? Yeah. Every system has a little bit of a tweaking to do as you move forward, as you go, which tools do I use? What resources? You know what I mean? And so this is the point where we kind of talk a little bit about that. How do you work? So you're expert, okay? You're amazing. Why are you amazing? And then we talk about a little bit about that tax industry. Tell us your history.
So you want my secrets?
Just the history first. History so we can understand the secret. Because if you get the secrets, we misuse them.
Yes.
So the history of it is, in a nutshell,
is
I am a grassroots small business owner.
Oh,
so I came into
from Houston.
From Houston, born and raised.
We're on the same page. That's man. We're all absolutely.
I'm clear we're in the best state ever. But either way,
all business owners in Houston. I like it.
So basically, coming into taxation, I didn't just come into taxation as a tax specialist or a tax strategist. I came into taxation as an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. I love
as an entrepreneur.
It's so broad. The nature of the market is so broad. Taxation.
It's super broad. People don't understand there's so many things about taxes. You got different type of taxes, oil and gas taxes. You got individual taxes. I mean,
income taxes, sales taxes, real estate taxes.
It's broad. It's huge. So we'll try to hone in on the ones that are most prevalent right now.
Prevalent, okay.
So as far as history is concerned, like I said, I came in as an entrepreneur. Okay. So I came in with, hey, look, I'm not the tax person. I'm not the accountant. I'm an entrepreneur trying to navigate the tax system. And I just happen to be a tax preparer at the same time navigating my own industry.
I got you.
So when I approach taxes from an entirely unconventional, I'm not your Mr. Clear Eyes, let me tell you about the capital gains tax rate. No, we're not even going to do that.
Okay. Hold on a second. We're talking about the history.
Yes. So telling you guys a little bit about the history.
Sure. How many years? What's the year start?
10 years.
10 years. So 2022. No, 2012, excuse me.
Yeah, 2012. I had my son in 2010. So right after that, I jumped full-fledged into taxation. Yeah. I used to work for several tax offices. Some brand name companies. I used to work for Liberty. I used to work for Colbert and Ball. I even worked for some private practice CPAs. And then I decided, hey, look, you know what? I want to be able to target that from a more realistic perspective. I want to be able to attract those small business owners, those grassroots business owners, those entrepreneurs just jumping in the game just like me. And hey, let me approach it from that point.
if I may ask you a question, what do you feel about? What do you think about? What's the goal with regards to the client? What does the client get out of this situation? The person that's receiving the services. You know what I'm saying? What do they get?
Well, of course, they get to meet me. So, at the end of the day, you get to meet me.
Sure.
But the main thing they get about is some realistic strategies. Like
right, that's interesting. That's realistic. Is a good word.
Realistic strategy just customized to actually what they do.
Gotcha.
Every taxes is the same, but everybody's business is unique.
Yeah.
Everybody's circumstances is unique, and taxes has to be customized for those circumstances.
Sure.
So what they get from me as a tax preparer, as a tax strategist, as a small business strategist, they get tax strategies that actually apply to what they have going on.
Sure. Gotcha. I like it.
What do you say to someone who is afraid of that word, right? Tax, right? We all have fear, death, and taxes, right? So what do you say to someone?
I'm afraid of nothing.
Yeah, all you're well,
I mean,
aside from him.
Depends when you ask, what time of the day, how much wine I had. I mean, fear is relative.
That word can be kind of, scary to people.
It should be. Now, post-COVID, I would have said, oh no, don't worry about it. Hey, now pre-COVID, I'm like, be afraid.
Okay.
Very, very afraid. Because the reality of it is, taxes can make or break a small business owner.
Sure.
When you look at that first 5 years of growth, and it's like, hey, look, taxes is one of those things that, hey, if you do not actually recognize that it's there, you're going to be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to present you with some scary, scary things. Have you ever had a payroll tax bill? Yeah. If you ever had not paid your sales tax? Oh, yeah. Be very, very afraid. But when you get an amazing person like me, and you get amazing content like this to kind of help you navigate that, then no, it's not afraid. It's one of those things where it's, hey, look, it's like Nike. Just do it.
Just do it, sure.
You already started the business. You already started this, or you already are.
I did. You know what? I did notice on your LinkedIn you have a couple of options here. I guess you
check out the LinkedIn. Don't forget, folks, you can move around in virtual reality whenever you want. Move your camera around and subscribe down at the bottom.
Look at that.
Now keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. We are also in the tax industry. I'm also in the tax industry. We do taxes too.
What?
Yes.
You are.
Are you amazing as me?
Well, I'll tell you what. I typically keep myself humble. I let my clients do the talking. And so what they typically do is they refer.
Is that one of your clients?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what with regards to the amount of trust.
Is that one of your clients right there?
I mean, this is not my client. It's everybody in. So the nature of what we try to do is similar. Be amazing with regards to what we want for clients. With regards to them, we want them to be super happy so that they refer. Right? We try to give Google advertising money. Zero to Google.
Really?
We're trying. We don't go. Hold on. In my perception, I prefer in my overall strategy, and we'll talk a lot about it. This is all an intro session for this. We just barely get to meet each other. All our strategies, the ones that I looked, I'm like, oh, she's doing this right. I missed that point. And then I go, hey, let me go back and also get the education. Some folks will be like, man, I don't know if I want to talk to another tax person in my tax stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to learn.
You have to.
You know what I'm saying? I could ask you, we could set up a meeting here and there, but then you and me maybe get the meeting. But at this point, I feel like I'm so good with regards to what I feel like we can, since there's so many touching points with regards to the strategy, the overall strategy, non-profits, helping people, being amazing to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their market is so broad. And in my perception, the big competitors are like the automation companies, the ones that like TurboTax. They're not going to give you the value that we're proposing as local entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? So as a tax professional that you are for 10 years, our goal is to help this industry succeed in a way where the client is the one that's happy and everybody's happy, and so we keep moving things forward.
Those are some good-looking people, by the way.
That's a team.
Very good-looking people.
I like it. I saw your page. I went to the Google. I went to the Google that I don't pay nothing to.
The Google.
And I was intrigued about your setup, and I was like, oh man, they have this links. We have our links too, and so this is the market shifting. Tell me what you know about the market shift. What have you felt? What have you? You know, I saw you've adapted. You get it. You know what I'm saying? Because some folks are like, I don't know what you're saying. Everything's moving, dude.
Well, I felt a market shift, whereas people are now seeing the need for people like us.
Sure.
They're more so turning away from the do-it-yourself, the big brand name consumer.
Yeah.
Let me help you do your taxes. Let me help you bring your small business strategy. People are looking for more personalized, customized, long-term, mutually beneficial relationship.
Correct.
With their tax preparers.
Correct.
With their accountants, whoever's providing them financial services.
Everyone these days.
Whatever, it's all relational.
Yeah, it's all about personal relationships. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bing, bing. Yes. Yes, indeed.
So, interesting. Yes. So, well, so you have a model with regards to you can do start business. We can do tax preparation. I have a similar model. It's a membership model.
Okay.
That is similar to yours. It includes software. Yours has some software. So I was like, oh, this is the software. I didn't see ours.
Yeah.
So it's something. No, all right.
Well, that's great. That's why we're here.
Right. We're
building
learning.
Relationships.
Yes.
Those connections.
Yeah. So you can go. Oh, did you know that there's you can do this? You go. Oh, what?
I did not know that.
That's right. That's right. And so it creates those connections where at some point in time you get both amazing because now everybody's working with regards to the same goal. Houston support local entrepreneurs. Moving our system a little bit more ahead, having that advantage of working together. You know what I mean? It's a strategy that we're. Yes. Okay. Cool. And so let me see. Tell me a little bit about your LinkedIn. What is the first thing that you want to focus on with regards? So who would you folks come? What would you like them folks to see? I'm curious.
The first thing I want people to see is someone that's personal. Linktree is our fast track. Hey, you want that quick information. Most of our information is on our actual website, which is visit our website. Sure. That's that link right there. Sure. So the first thing people I want to see is, hey, look, this is a real person. You're not a bot. I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot.
Shout out to the bots.
I'm not a bot either. I think we do botatize some processes though. There's a process that could be botitized where you strategically put the botatize where is the minimized part, and then we get to hang out. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And so one of the main things I say when people first, like I said, read this.
We deliver awesome.
I'm awesome. We deliver awesome. And we wanted people to know that, hey, look.
Can you go to ours? I like it. I want to compare, so I go, look at that.
We know who
I love it. I like it. Go back and forth. Let's finish it. We deliver awesome.
We know our client. We know who we want to cater to. We know exactly what we're good at. Like I said, taxes is so broad.
I mean, and you've been doing it for 10 years, so you know what's up. And I see software, so I'm like, oh, she's doing research.
Software, yes. So
it's a big deal. The picking and which one, and
of course, it's such a wide array. And so, being a tax preparer and being a tax professional, there's such a wide array of tools and software that we can use. And so, everything is not a perfect fit for everybody. Yeah. So we definitely like I said, it's all about customization. So when it comes down to software and things like that, in addition to servicing tax clients, we like to service other tax professionals to be able to help them, like you said, build that relationship, provide them tools that they can better service their clients with. So when you first jump on our website, I want you to see I'm a real human being. We're a real person, real resources, and hey, look, we're targeting a very specific type of client. Everything is not for everybody. It's like everything, and we know what we're good at. We know who we like to service. So that's the main thing. We want people to know that we're awesome, and then we're awesome just for you. Okay. So with that being said, we have a team built up.
I see this one. This is good.
One of the things that we had to build, pivoting post-COVID, is pivoting our whole structure and strategy of our firm, which is more so we had a huge internal staff. Yeah. Now most of our staff are outsourced contractors.
Well, it's similar way to us. Our team. We have hubs, and we go to places. We have meeting locations and things like that. But most folks are remote. They, strategic kind of moves and things of that nature. It's a market.
Yeah. So
it's every market.
It is, and it definitely from us building the business and learning how to pivot in the midst of COVID and all kinds of crazy stuff happening in our lives. Working remotely, having a software that allows that remote access, that virtual access, allowing for me to be the leader of multiple offices.
Yes, correct.
That's key for me.
So I mean that's another nature of this strategy. There's so much value, right? And we mention it so much because the strategy is out there. We also support tax preparation offices. We bring other components into the mix. Cost management with insurance. We're licensed insurance brokers for 20 years as well. So we started the game in 2005. Insurance brokerage, income tax preparation. So we bring all these other some of the third-party folks that we work with do title transfers when folks buy a car, which is buy a business, get the car going, get the deduction. That step of title transfer is such a little process that if you don't know it, you're gonna spend a week doing it. Where we have experts that are like all they do is title transfers because that's part of the nature. It's one of these markets that are all evolving together.
I tried it, ain't for me.
You know what?
Time consuming.
I said third party,
exactly.
right? But it is. It's a third-party deal that we include in the memberships because it's the pattern that we recognize. So it's like, hey, if you start a tax business or this business, we can actually put the membership in play, get you your software, a little bit of training, connect you with the right folks, and then everybody's in play. With regards to Houston being a tax preparation hub for taxation professionals.
No, that's amazing. No, that's amazing. So. Yep. That is amazing.
Akilah, I'm working with you, and you're here.
I shared the amazing.
You're here because I'm like, no, are we going to go interviewing people that don't know what they're doing? Or are we going to be talking to folks that understand the model? That is like, no, we want to bring this value to there's community situation that we want to, what you had something in your link, what is it? Social impact. Social impact. We have that model as well, the social impact. And you connected it on the link tree, like back to slowing down, because it's like, oh, we're getting the link tree, and I'm like, oh, I like the link tree, but I prefer things on my website. I don't know, I feel the link tree.
I have found when pivoting, I have found that when I'm dealing with certain type of clientele, especially when I'm targeting a specific niche market, sometimes the LinkedIn is what best for my link tree gives them exactly what they need. Sometimes if they're only looking for not the full suite of services, hey, look, that's how I say compete. Or compared to the TurboTax or the more brand name do-it-yourself. Let me get you a more quick fix. Hurry up! Hey, all you want to do is get started on your taxes here. Click on this form. You have nothing else to distract you, and it works as far as dealing with that certain niche market.
Sure. Got it. I got it. Yeah, we're all building our little processes as well. We're having tax meetings. We're talking, okay, how are we going to help our clients? Which ones need more help? Which one need least?
It's a constant pivot.
Yeah, and now it's year-round. So it's how am I going to go around? No, man, we need as many people as we can get. This whole thing is expanding.
So it's not just preparing for the next year, for the April 15th, for all of that. Y'all are saying that this is all year long, constantly preparing for the next year.
Every minute,
we're busy.
Yeah.
And then because of these tools, keep this in mind, because of the tools and the strategies that we create, we're actually able to create a little bit extra time to create the circles that we're creating. And that's what our membership model brings in, is this extra resources with regards to cost management, time a little bit on saving strategy, and so that we can all create a bigger, more efficient model for everybody throughout the whole deal. You know what I mean?
That's great.
So I appreciate you coming here and sharing the same image with regards to, there's a market here. I could say it 10 times, but hearing it from an amazing person that has 10 years in industry, you see what I'm saying?
And it's not just the market. It's not a very, what I want to call it, it's not an untapped market. Like, it's not oversaturated.
No.
So now, this is a huge industry, especially with, I call this the renaissance.
Trying to explain.
So it's this huge influx of entrepreneurs and people who are seeing this demand for tax writing. You're not just talking about business owners. You're talking about millennials, Gen Z. They're a really financially conscious generation. And they're looking at stuff that we didn't look at until we got into our late 20s and early 30s. They're working on tax saving strategies here in their early 20s, straight out of college. So it's this huge influx and demand for these services. And so it's a great entry level industry to get in. So if you've thought about doing taxes, you might want to think about that. You might want to think about doing that. Get into the financial
What we have is a model. Our membership model is one to either start you up, because I don't know much, I can do numbers and I can do stuff. Start here, and then you can move a little bit at a time and move forward to like owning your stuff and everything and running it all. Or if you're like, no man, I already run everything, I need this. Don't worry, we have other members that are here too, and they also want that other model too. Oh, okay, perfect. Let's create a little connection. So now everybody's in the same aspect of how to work.
Wow, so you guys position people for that process.
Yes, and because we know that it's a model that is a remote model, you know what I mean? And that the systems are all starting to create. It's like, hey, there's actually different pieces to...
It's a fluid model.
Yes, it's a more fluid model.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. We're trying to...
Premium.
That's what
premium.
Ask Akilah.
So I can rock with that. I can do
that. So it's an efficiency model where everybody gets a little bit more with regards to the value of the proposition. You know what I mean? As opposed to before, you had to be in the office all day and everybody had to be jammed waiting for everybody's turn because, yes, this is a more fluid model that we're proposing. A membership for tax preparers that are looking to create this model is available to everybody. Cost management helps you lower your cost to offset the cost of the membership.
Makes sense.
We've been working on this for
It's logical.
To the new model. To the new model. Cheers to
the new model.
To the new model.
I don't know. You know what? So today, an introduction to Akilah Thomas, who I learned a lot about today. Oof, man, I learned a lot. Tell me more about your history with regards to, okay, so you did taxes, and then you've been doing it for 10 years. When this tax season comes up, do you have some thoughts about summertime? What are you thinking?
What I do during off season, or what do I do in season?
I would say both.
So right now, of course, we're gearing up for the upcoming season,
yes.
and that comes like now.
Yeah.
It depends on what type of niche marketing you're in, but either way it goes, it starts now.
Yeah.
So right
if
now,
you're not working out, but now you're like doing nothing. Like,
yeah. So right now, get your vacation over. Tax code, get it over. This is your last week.
Yeah,
You're
that's
still
right.
sleeping.
Yeah.
Hey, it's over. But anyway, it goes. Right now, where we're going into, like I said, we help grow and build tax preparers as well. And we're always looking for those more efficient models. So when it comes down to history, like I said, we started off brick and mortar stores. We had
you did? Okay.
We had 3 stores in the Houston area.
We had 6.
Katy, Houston, and the Memorial area.
Oh,
so
wow.
2018, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a little predictor.
Yeah.
I didn't know COVID was coming.
Okay.
But something let me know that, hey, look, this remote bookkeeping, because our services consist of tax preparation and bookkeeping. That's our primary services that we do at Right Way Tax and Financial. And then, of course, we do this, small business, kind of helping them strategize and solve anything in regards to that arena and tax preparation. So we started off as storefronts, and we started off mainly, like you said, doing that whole traditional model. Yeah. You have stores, you recruit employees, they're working, they're servicing the walk-ins, they're servicing the incoming clients. And then, I don't know, I just kind of woke up and had an epiphany and like, hey, look, we can do this a little bit more efficiently. We can do this remotely. And so we started that transition process. We started closing one store. We transitioned that to being remotely. Then we did, we followed that same process. And then by the time COVID hit, we had already been a year working remotely. And what that meant was transitioning into, because a lot of people look at, well, how do you do that? It's not rocket science.
But there are steps. There's a process.
There's very key steps and very process, but it's nothing that's unattainable.
Yeah, correct.
It's very feasible. With the right tools and the right resources, you can have a very efficient, streamlined, remote tax preparation and bookkeeping service. Yeah. So the main thing for us to start that process was, okay, putting that blueprint together of what do we need to do what we need to do. We know, okay, we can go work from home, but what does that look like as far as resources, infrastructure, technology? Yeah. So finding that cloud-based type of software that can work anywhere, right? Yeah. Then find the security features that can go within a good VPN. We love G Suite. We love different file management services.
I gotcha. We actually, okay, give me one.
Different things where we can communicate with our clients remotely.
Yes.
So those are all the things tools we were really like having to go out and seek and start. And a lot of them we test run. Trial and error.
That's right.
Where we started off in 2018, we do not necessarily have here in 2022.
That's right.
But it was all about trial and error and figuring out what works best for us.
Look at you.
And then as it went on, as we progressed from 2018 to now 2022, we are fully remote. We do keep workspace for if we do have those clients. You have those niche clients who want to introduce meetings.
Yes, it's intriguing to me because it's a similar model. There's different aspects. We have the insurance and we have all these kind of different little tricks that you guys also do. I was like, okay, cool. Which is the nature of that is understanding how they're so similar. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, everybody, the folks that are kind of in the same page. I'm like, y'all went through the same stages around me around the same time. Everybody was moving around the same time, solving their own problems over and over again. Everybody solved the same problem on their own.
And
you know what I mean?
We have survived those stages.
So now the model that I look back, I go, it's a collaborative model where we save ourselves that time because we have that little strategic thought. Yes. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. We survived it. So it makes total sense. But it's a process. And like you said, and the beauty part of it is like if you already like that model, it's no point of reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
And when you have people who have surpassed that model, like you said, you have efficient tools. You have this great cost management, time management resource that you have. The thing is to find those things. And hey, look, it's tried, it's tested, it's true. And so for me being a professional, look, I'm not going to be around the bush. If it's working for you and it's working, it's getting you those deliverables, helping you meet those objectives, I'm all for it.
That makes sense.
But you're smart though. You're doing it the evolutionary way. You're supposed to not necessarily reinvent the wheel, but you should evolve, right?
Exactly.
So we can not necessarily reinvent the wheel, but now there's a wheel that doesn't need air. Now there's a wheel that inflates itself, right? So we got to evolve regardless of what taxes, any professional service, even myself as a comedian. I need to continuously evolve myself and not be doing the same old jokes, right? Everything should be going the same way. Constantly streamlining.
That's right.
Love it.
That's right. Okay, cool. So, tax industry. Now, tax is coming, and it's something that I want to touch base on now because it's a model that, like, right after tax season, we're not going to be able to do it. We're going to be busy. You know what I mean?
After tax season?
Yeah, as soon as tax season.
I think I'm busier after tax season than I am during tax season.
How's that?
Mm-hmm.
Because during tax season, you already prepare for that
Sure,
rush,
that makes sense.
influx. You know what you're preparing for.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Outside of tax season, you're preparing for the next season.
That's true.
Your market objective, your deliverables. You're reassessing what didn't go right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You're finding strategies and solutions to solve those problems, implementing, see if they work. So you're doing trial and error.
Yes. I never stopped being busy. You're absolutely correct.
Isn't it during tax season that you're like working 15,
but
hours
you put it up at a particular time where it's like you're not going to develop after you finish the last person doing the tax preparation.
But you got to get those taxes in by April 15th, right?
I mean, those last days are intense.
After the last season, wouldn't it make sense that you're preparing so you can like, all right, you know what, I'm going to do 9 to 5 today. I can do like this time today because I'm preparing as opposed to taxes need to be done on. I feel like, look, I know you and I know a lot of people in taxes and I don't talk to any of them during tax season. I know for a fact I can plan vacations, I can hang out with them, we can do things after tax season. That's why I'm confused as to how one would be busier.
Well, I might not have perfected that model yet, so if you guys have any strategies for that, please let me know. But I know for me personally, outside of tax season, I'm really focusing on our social impact services, meaning what we do with our tax season proceeds, how we reinvest, how we leave our corporate footprint. So I'm very busy with that, and I'm also finding ways to stay engaged with my clients. Engaging with them takes
that's the hardest part.
Most of my time.
Yeah.
So they have birthdays, they have mid-year tax planning. Like when you're really good and you're super amazing, you're super amazing, like super amazing, then you become their go-to for everything. They get ready to buy a house, they're calling you. I have clients right now, they're getting ready to make an asset exchange or they're getting ready to do something. They're going to call me, hey, what do you think? So they're calling me every time they're making a financial move, they're calling you. And you're like their little pocket bookkeeper that's in. So I'm very busy with.
They go on a game show. You're going to be the
they're gonna call. What do
you're going to be the lifeline on the game show.
B or C. Yeah.
I like it.
So that means you're great. So if I'm just as busy. The only thing difference why I wouldn't be as busy is I have, like you said, I do have that more structured time limit. I do have set office hours versus during tax season. Hey, we leave when we leave. We're gonna get out of here when we get out of here. So yes, there is a balance, but I still think as far as the busyness, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, I got you. Because it's one of those things where we just like to do stuff. Where it's like, well, I'm gonna do this. There's no perfect. Well, you're still moving to that. That was better. Which one's better? Let's do it there. I can't do the exact same thing. I didn't like some things. What are we doing?
I'm just looking through her Instagram.
Oh, okay.
This is her tax place.
I'm a type A type of person.
Don't forget, folks.
Us type A people who know how to stop.
We're all A's in here.
Cool. So yeah, I typically hone in on whenever I do the nonprofit situation, because we're mentioning the social impact, I typically stick to education and things of that nature. I'm a board member at a Texas Autism Academy. Super intense information with regards to like how you're able to create this value for these kids, these students that didn't have a system before. And I'm like, just being part of that and learning how you learn so much in these little models. This is a lot. So it kind of got me hooked into that nonprofit. And so now I help a school. I did the nonprofit for my association. Right now I'm taking a little bit of a break on that because it's kind of a new model. Yeah. You know what I mean? The model is evolving. So I'm like, okay, let me concentrate on getting resources, meeting more folks, networking, creating a situation where we're sharing the proper information more efficiently to everybody, so that we can all have a good time and not be as busy. You know what I mean? Have the valuable things. We're doing the valuable things, and not just be doing the not needed things.
God bless you, man. That's amazing.
And if you click on that one, actually says Invest in Subsidized Such Tracker.
Which one?
I actually own a school. So
you own your preschool.
Nice transition.
I am the founder of the Gingerbread School.
What the age? Oh, you have a nonprofit sector.
But the school is a for-profit school.
I mean, it's okay.
This is actually our back to school event where we took all the kids. It was our sneakers and sacks. Everyone, we invaded Deerbrook Mall. Everyone got a brand new pair of kicks. their choice, they're choosing.
That's
they're brand new
awesome.
backpacks.
Gotcha.
So this is something that we as Right Way Tax, we are actually proud sponsors of the Gingerbread School.
Yeah.
I'm the founder of that. That school was opened in 2018.
Oh, okay. 4 years in it. Oh, look at it.
Yes,
Nice.
we're in year 4.
Where's the location? Is it Houston?
In Humble, North Houston area.
Humble?
So 59, if you're familiar with the Houston area, 59 North Humble, Texas. We do it extremely lots. We're very invested in our community. This is how we leave our footprint. So as a financial services provider, my biggest thing is to teach these young people how to either become very tax savvy.
Oh, with the gingerbread? And cookie gingerbread at the same time?
It never starts too early. So
start them young.
Yes, and then as far as our after schools, which are our older age group, it's all about youth entrepreneurship. We use a lot of resources. I'm an ex-employee of Intuit, and Intuit has they have so many resources for youth entrepreneurship.
Do they now?
Yes, those are my babies.
Cool.
It's back to school time. It's Gingerbread school.
Today is our first sneakers.
And we actually had a huge Halloween event at the Humble Civic Center.
Oh, really? At the Humble? Okay.
Humble Civic Center, over 2,000 people showed up.
So get this. So we have a tool in our membership model. We have a tool where it allows for that. Well, you have 2,000 points. That's good. And so what the tool does is that we put you in it. So that everybody that we share with, they're like, oh, what's happening in Humble, for example? You know, yes. So I have it right here, so you can see it. This is like, for example,
happy.
This meeting was, I put it on there so folks can check out, if they want to be here like a guest or something like that, just kind of chill out, hey, you can do it, you can register, like this month. Yes,
awesome.
Correct. So we have other events going on, so if you have those events, and you share them with us, we put them on a little timeline so folks can go, oh, I can't do this, but I can do this. Oh, there's an event here, we can do that.
That's amazing. We're always looking for volunteers and platforms to be able to, showcase what we're doing.
Yes, this is an exposure situation. This part of the membership model is exposure that we allow for us to create this time. Is what I mentioned earlier. You know what I mean? It's exposure. It's the battle for the exposures. That's what I've been calling it. The battle. There's so much.
It's so much. It's because it's so many things.
Yes, and so
targeting our attention.
Is there a Gingerbread website?
Yes, it's on the second.
So this technology is made for so folks can jump in the box.
That one. It goes straight to the website. It tells you a little bit about the school.
Tell us about the school.
So it's the sweetest place on earth. So the Gingerbread School
look how beautiful that is.
The most unique thing about the school is the fact that it is a subsidized school. So not only is it a school, it is a performing arts preschool. So
beautiful.
Yeah, we specialize in performing arts. Like if you go up to the Boo Bash, we're performing arts. So we're subsidizing, we're performing arts. So there's a little kind of twofold. So what that means is subsidized mean we are income based. So my goal was to be able to provide serious resources to subsidized or low income people. I leave my corporate footprint, meaning we service in turn our niche market. So most of our taxpayers are small business owners. We wanted a school that, hey, look, it's subsidized, it's based off incomes. Childcare is one of the most expensive things. Childcare is taking anywhere between 30 to 50% of the average American household income. So we wanted something that, hey, look, quality and also fits into their system. It's not very many subsidized schools, meaning most schools, it's market rate. Ours is subsidized, meaning it's based off the parents' income. It's based off what they make. We receive a lot of funding and subsidy funding. The other unique thing about the Gingerbread School is it's performing arts. So what do we do?
How many kids in the school? What's the limit?
Right now, we have 75 enrolled.
Okay, well, you have a limit, or how many are you looking for?
We are in expansion. We're scaling.
Oh, really?
So we have a waiting list that is 2 years long.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, with subsidized, that means we're not servicing a market rate. So we traditionally, our school makes almost 50% less in revenue than what an average market rate school would. So that keeps our numbers smaller. We're not able to scale as quickly.
Interesting.
But it keeps our purpose intact. Meaning we're able to provide this type of education, this type of quality to parents who typically couldn't afford it in more of a private school setting. So that's one of the greatest things about it. We provide those private school activities, those private school resources, at a subsidized rate.
I got you.
And so our focus is on performing arts. Our babies learn how to sing, dance, act. We just had a huge community event.
Oh, yeah,
called the Boo Bash.
Oh, no.
We packed out the Humble Civic.
Oh, that's what you mentioned, 2,000
Boo Bash.
The Boo Bash. Yes, this is our
You said it was Halloween?
It's our annual Halloween event.
Annual Halloween.
Kids come out, they perform.
What I'm hearing is you already have a date for next year?
Yes, it's going to be the same. Yeah, we're a year out.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the date on this little calendar. That way it's on there the entire... See?
Awesome.
So much
Amazing.
value that we're trying... Before you haven't activated your membership!
Oh, it's so amazing.
So
Thank
right,
you.
so this is the model. This is what I sense it brings so much value. The technology, the resource that we can bring that it allows for that expansion. But yes, I'm trying to work after help.
Wow.
Expand the model. Expand the model.
And I have a huge network of other tax preparers who we do.
Oh, we can see. Here's the deal.
Awesome.
Our members, get this one. Are you ready?
Uh-oh, he's
All
getting
of
serious.
He's
Checking it out.
He's doing
He's
it.
getting
all of our members.
Hold on. I'm ready. Wait.
Includes in our membership their tax preparation.
What?
All of them.
So wait a minute, you do the taxes for the tax preparer?
The member included in the membership does not have to pay. There's budget in the membership to pay for the taxes, even if they don't want to do it with us. They don't pay us, but if they want to use somebody else, there's funding allowed for that. Does that make sense? Like there's no extra cost on the membership model. If you want to just do your taxes, okay, but not only do I want you to do my taxes for this personal model that you have, I want to be a tax preparer. Remember I mentioned this a stepping stone situation. So everybody gets to do the taxes. That's right.
Wow.
That's right. So we need professionals to take care of our members because all of our members need their taxes done. Does that make sense?
It makes
by professionals and by amazing professionals.
It makes so much sense. Like it's unbelievable. As a tax preparer, people think, "Hey, do you do your own taxes?" I don't want to do my own taxes. Okay.
So people don't.
No,
there's a model of people that want to help. There's a model of people that don't. There's a model of people that want to do it on their own. There's people that want to cut their own hair. There's people that, and it's an expansive, big old model.
Hey, I cut my own
hair. Anyway, cheers to the intro.
It looks great.
I'll drink to that.
To the intro.
Yeah.
It's getting intense in here because we're learning so much. I'm like, yes. Like, oh, yes. Oh, you have a model where you can help all these kids. I love doing the models. I only have two. So
I love the kids.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have this model set up where I can already just sponsor something.
Exactly.
Okay, because we also work through sponsorship. In the model, we have several ones for entrepreneurs as well. Like we have an entrepreneur model for folks that I don't want to do taxes, but I do want to give. Okay, this is your membership.
I love it. I love it.
Okay. Cool. I'm happy to hear that.
It meets a huge need. Like even just hearing about it as a tax professional, those are all the things that address the immediate needs that I personally have.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that because it is one that we are eager to provide because we know there's a need. Because nobody provided it for us.
No,
like, man, we got this agency, we got this. Nobody wants to help us, man. I want to help people, but we need to find a model that kind of makes it where everybody's tied up.
We're the tax pros. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be fearless.
Yeah,
We're supposed to be
yeah.
no, we need help too.
Yeah, everybody
need help too.
What are you talking about this picture right here?
And the help.
Cheers.
So that is the Humble Christmas Parade. We just did the Humble Christmas Parade 2 weeks ago.
What is the Humble Christmas Parade for folks who have no idea what the Humble Christmas Parade is?
If you're in the Humble, North Houston area, Humble is like, you know, Houston is so big. You have all these, you got Pearland, you got Memorial, you got Katy. So Humble is another city within Houston, and they have their own holiday parade for that city, that area every year.
Wow.
This is their 40th year, I think.
40th year?
Wow.
Yeah. It's been around 40 years.
Wow.
I didn't even know either.
Let's put them in the calendar.
And so Humble was actually my hometown. I actually graduated from Humble High School.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was come back to my hometown and open up the child care facility there.
Oh.
And so this is our first year participating in their 40th parade. It was amazing. We had to get a little flow. We had to get a flow, and our kids, they all came. It was a beautiful event.
Awesome.
We just did that 2 weeks ago. So we're getting up next year.
Nice.
We're going to get a huge flow next year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got to get a huge flow next year.
I like
but
it.
that was our first year doing that, and we're super excited. We're all about building community engagement.
Engagement.
Is it a Christmas thing?
It's a Christmas
So they have
parade.
like Santa? Like what are the
Man,
other?
they had the Santa, the lights, the candy canes. Look.
What? I had no idea. This
Amazing.
thing.
Rudolph was out there, okay?
Rudolph, the red nose?
Rudolph.
The reindeer?
The reindeer was out there.
I wouldn't man.
Nothing was
How
left
did I
out.
not know about this? This is
Nothing was
amazing.
left out. And so we had a blast. We did. We had a blast.
Nice.
Now that was actually
wow.
our second Boo Bash. We do Mommy Me mixers.
Okay.
We
are
do
there
a lot.
limits on this? People on there, like how many people you can invite to that?
Well, the Boo Bash, that's what we did with Civic Centers. If you go up to the Boo Bash on that one, it has the most recent Boo Bash that we just had in October.
Okay.
That one, we had to rent out the Humble Civic Center. Humble Civic Center is a huge event center, and where you host major events, weddings. It's the actual event center of the Humble area.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we had over 2,500 people show up at that event. And this in turn are also families that we then take in turn and we service them for tax preparation.
Look at that.
It's an engagement. So that we're actually servicing our niche market through these type of community engagement events. Our daycares, we try to service these parents because they're looking for credible tax preparers who then, and why not?
Credible tax preparer is a good word.
And why not support a tax preparer that is supporting you directly?
Correct. That's
We're able to offer subsidized childcare because of what we do, because us as a financial services company, we offset that deficiency.
And it's wonderful that you mentioned it. Sometimes I get the folks so what's the difference between TurboTax? Hey, are you serious?
Well, let me give you 99 reasons why.
It's because the amount of value. Yeah, sure enough, some folks maybe like get it free. Some folks, but you get no strategy. TurboTax is like, hey, just put your numbers and good luck. Don't talk to me.
Did y'all hear about QuickBooks?
Which part?
Well, how they got blasted.
Oh yeah. Oh really? Not tell me about it.
My ex-employee.
This guy, I know he just sits there and looks. It's like most people have. He's super smart, actually. That's why he's here.
I love Intuit, but I did work. Like I said, I'm an ex-employee of Intuit QuickBooks, and like I said, I love their platform. Hey, QuickBooks, I will be back soon one day in my retirement years. But they have they're seeing, like you said, the change in forecast and prediction. QuickBooks launched they're expanding their tax preparation. So TurboTax is not just do it yourself now. Now they have live agents.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they have seen the need to people need that customized. They have problems with the do it yourself. You need to talk to somebody directly.
I heard a lot of problems with people filing their taxes.
Well, TurboTax gets sued.
So they were like, oh, I didn't file my taxes.
And
it's like, it says you filed your taxes already.
No, but specifically TurboTax got sued because of false advertising. In their commercials,
with the pricing for the free, you're gonna do it for free.
Correct.
The guy was like free. It was like he was teaching an aerobics class and he's all free. And so I'm not kidding. That commercial,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That commercial got them in humongous problems because when you go to their website, if you do certain things, then you don't get it for free.
It's not for free. That's like basic. Like you're a basic. You're like, hey, look, you might not even have to file a tax return to get that free service. Yeah. But then it goes to their lower tier pricing. Yeah. So it's a marketing gimmick, but at the end of the day, like you said, as financial people are going to you for that because they bypass someone amazing like me to go use that service.
It's because of the battle of the exposure.
True.
It's the battle the battle of the exposure that I was referring to. I was going fast, I was going everywhere because I was catching so many things that everybody was saying, but that's the battle that I was referring to. It's like, hey, there's so much money into theirs. It's like, hey, whoa, we gotta kind of step it up.
So let me tell y'all why QuickBooks is getting blasted. So it's because of FTX. Are y'all familiar with FTX?
You see? You see how the model is Jacinto educating us?
FTX is one of the big cryptocurrency firms that collapsed.
Oh, okay, yes, I heard about them.
And this particular guy is I forgot it's like Fareed was his last name. He took off to the Bahamas to try and hide. And they found him because he was screwing everybody.
These are the people that you guys.
When it came out, when all the information finally came out, now they have him. They arrested him and everything. He's been extradited. Really? Yeah, it's a big deal. These are billions of dollars we're talking about.
Oh my God. Okay, so then what happened?
Before the people who investigated it and the law enforcement who handled the case went before Congress, and Congress asked them, and this was what went viral.
Yes.
A video of the guy who was in charge of taking it over or looking it over was the main guy who did Enron.
Okay, really?
He was the guy who went to Enron to go through, works for the government, to go to Enron to be like, okay, this is fucked up, this is good, like that, right? He's that guy.
Yeah.
They asked him about FTX. What do you think about it? He's like, this was worse than Enron. They go, what? How is this worse than the biggest, humongous fake scheme ever?
Itself?
This isn't Enron. It's not repeating itself. It's a completely different thing because it's cryptocurrency. But he said this is a bigger collapse than Enron. And they explain why. And the reason why, and this is the video that went viral, he goes, they were using QuickBooks.
Get out.
Dude, he literally smashed them. So he goes, they were using QuickBooks, and all the Congress people start laughing. And they go, $1 billion corporation was using QuickBooks, and that video went viral, and like QuickBooks stock plummeted. Like, it was a whole thing.
We're so busy. and you know what? He keeps me on my toes with regards to that stuff. I'm so busy building because, like, as you mentioned, it's not tax season, but I'm still building, preparing. Yes, correct. This extra points. This is the model. This is how we were able to predict the future. By the way, this is how we were able to predict the future. We have studies. Let's move on to the studies.
Shall we?
Bam!
Transition.
Did we get through taxes?
About these
Did we get through taxes?
Yeah,
Did we get through taxes? Bam! Oh, bam! Hold on, where we at? Oh, we're at 40.
Take it slow though, because he just blew my mind.
Ooh, okay.
That's all I do.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Nuclear fusion just happened this past week. Nuclear fusion. The situation where where'd it go? I wrote in my notes. Boston Globe. Everybody's reporting. And Biden's gonna come up. Nuclear fusion got in my era. You guys got COVID during Trump. How are you gonna try to come back with anything else than nuclear fusion guy?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Nuclear fusion breakthrough means our energy future. What it means? This most scientific milestone was achieved when the first time in a laboratory a fusion reaction produced more energy than it took to ignite it.
Right.
It is humongous breakthroughs, and people, the battle of the exposures. People don't know. It's humongous.
This is beyond humongous because it's going to start doing the opposite of what humans have been doing, which is destroying the earth. This is going to start pulling it back.
It's a situation where
really slow.
Someone needs to say it.
But, I mean, especially after I See You. I just saw Avatar 2. I See You.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's awesome.
After seeing that,
but is it interactive?
3 hours in my life to sit down.
But you don't understand. You don't understand.
Interactive.
You don't understand.
Can you follow the people around in the room?
Don't forget to move around your camera, folks, and subscribe.
The wine swirls too.
Yes, it does. But this is what it's teaching us and reminding us the importance of what is important, which is unity, positivity, working together to create a common goal. The opposite of what humans have been doing for the last however many years, destroying the earth and destroying each other.
It's not that hard, mankind. We can do it. Let's work together. Let's work together. We can do it.
We get in there. We get in there. We get cheers. Cheers. And because
we can do it.
We get in there. You can do it. But we have to rehuddle like this. The car body going, how are we gonna do it?
You can do it.
Fusion just achieved. Bam. News number 1. A study in Houston was done by professionals, which included...
What kind of professionals?
I mean, several kinds of professionals, actually, to be honest with you.
Right.
Included some professionals that had MBAs, you had data scientists, it had...
Some really smart people.
Got it.
We tried to make some... And we mixed in, believe it or not, international knowledge.
Right.
This model includes these little different points of information. It was the prediction of the model. We were going to test the model that is going to be more efficient than all the other sports analytic out there.
Boom.
Yes, that is correct. It was not a public model. Part of the model was public, yes or no?
Yeah.
We actually recorded the whole thing on the YouTube channel that we're logging on now.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
We actually logged in, so you're looking at this, right. So we logged in, you can go back and actually look at the whole thing as we discussed how we're going to have a model in here where I don't know anything about sports.
Yeah.
Me don't know, right?
Yes.
Jacinto is the sports person, like, I play sports, I don't watch sports.
Yes.
Where I'm going to gather the information from local professionals and my impression is that I should get the accurate response with regards to who would win the World Cup in soccer.
Yeah.
The World Cup in soccer, believe it or not. Yes, the one that you just heard about, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody knows.
Well,
I know.
In the battle of the exposure, this little experiment is potentially about to get lost. But I'm like, no. I recorded it on the YouTube.
I'm not losing this. Yeah.
That is correct. We recorded it on the YouTube. We cataloged a couple of the experiences with regards to the transcripts that we put together.
The transcripts, exactly where we said it, how we said it, and when we said it.
After the World Cup came through and the results came in, and I look back at the information, I'm like, I have a log of the moment where a prediction came up with the proper statement with regards to how things were going to go down.
We called it!
A probability model. And that's the
so
first
wait a
one.
minute, your prediction was correct?
Not my prediction, because I don't know anything about sports.
Our professional, our international correspondent.
Keep in mind, I gathered different points from people. He doesn't know anything about soccer. He knows about sports.
I know nothing about soccer.
This is sports analytic data science. My impression breakthrough science we're going through. People are like, well, whatever, Roberto. And I'm like, is it though?
No. And I took that information, went to Vegas and made money with it.
Yes, correct. He was the one that actually, part of the experiment that actually gave me the question. Because I forgot to ask. That the model proposed the question. I cannot give you who's going to win. I can give you the information about probability of who may win if they don't make any mistakes.
Right.
And then we forgot to ask the question.
Right.
So when he left, he shoots me the question in a message, and I copied the question, put it in sent it to the one of the sources, the correspondent, correct. And so he replies like in order, 1, 2, 3, if they make the least mistakes, correct?
Right.
And sure enough, it's how it went down. The one country that made the mistake got kicked out. The next country that was in the second one on the list moved up, and the other one got second place. Correct. In order. Correct.
So we've only done this twice.
Correct.
And we've been right twice. So first for the Houston Astros winning the
So
World Series.
Correct. We also have it on the YouTube. Him predicting the whole thing.
I predicted this back
the
in
games,
April
which games they were going to win. Yes.
All the games. And these soccer games. So if you follow the Premium Advantage, you subscribe to our channel, and you follow what we're saying, listening to these professionals, you will win money.
I can't guarantee it. That's what I guarantee I can give you.
Does this apply to relationships, this strategy?
Absolutely.
We have a membership that includes future. Well, I can't guarantee the future predictions. You won't know. Yes, correct. Which comes from different sources because that's the model.
Yep.
That is correct.
Strategies become psychic. Now I tell you.
Okay. So that's the one. And then there's one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing.
There's a third one.
There's a third one. What's the third news?
So the third one is do you know what a wormhole is?
A worm?
Wormhole.
Okay, I've heard that's something I've learned in science class one day.
Yes.
Wormhole. Okay.
So wormhole used to be theoretical until last week. A wormhole is something that Einstein theorized. That the way to are you familiar with string theory? I need a piece of paper. So give me a piece of paper. So string theory is what Einstein theorized how we can travel from, let's say, from here to Mars in a quick second.
I can believe that.
So it's changing space and time, but using what's called a wormhole. A wormhole, yeah, that's perfect. A wormhole is literally named after worms, right? Worms, when they dig through ground, they create these holes and they create these long tunnels, right? So string theory is point A, Earth, point B, Mars.
Okay.
If I can bend space and time,
I can make it quicker.
I'll be there right away. So a wormhole is a hole through space and time that allows you to travel through two spaces instantaneously. So that was a theoretical thing before that Einstein created in his mind. The scientists made it in a lab. They created a mini wormhole. It lasted for about 2 seconds.
Wow. Where's the news on that one? I gotta look for it.
Google it. Just Google it. Just Google
it. So here's one of the
scientists,
models.
wormhole.
This part of the model is the first part, which is the intro. Then at this point, to make the model, whether it's correct or not correct, we have to still investigate, by the way. Because now we got the one source. But now we still have to go, is what has into got real?
Yeah.
You know,
we have our data scientists, we have our NASA scientists, we have folks that we're going to concur with to make sure that
correct.
Yes.
You know,
correct. So wormhole.
Next thing you know, we'll be floating above Mars.
And I'll look it up. I'll look for the alternate on the. So I didn't check I was part of the one with the prediction with the situation.
Right.
I saw the other one on the nuclear fusion. I looked at different sites. I shared one here, and I haven't checked on seen those. But if it's not true, if you're like there's no wormhole. Check it. I mean, that's what this is the nature of that, to get the accurate information.
Absolutely.
Reality is subjective.
Absolutely.
Very.
Taxes are real though.
Taxes are real.
Oh, you better believe they're real.
That's the best transition of the day, right there.
You're gonna feel it. Be ready. It's not a wormhole to get out of, okay?
Nice. That's what
not a wormhole.
That's called a callback in comedy game.
Oh man, what are we talking about? Oh man, you guys got me hyped. I love it. Hold on 1 second, please. Podcast notes. We talked about taxation industry, the shift in industry, professionals in the industry, all that good stuff. Breakthrough. 3, 2 check. 1. We're still looking into. We just heard it now.
And how amazing Akilah is.
Amazing Akilah.
Forget that.
Akilah. That's the YouTube, right?
Not forget that.
Ask Akilah, right?
Ooh, so this is crucial. Go real quick. It says that scientists made the wormhole without rupturing space and
time. That's beautiful. That means we're on a trip because they didn't rupture.
So that means they're like actually worried that they're gonna blow up the earth. Like they're actually concerned that we might all die while trying to do this stuff.
While they're trying to figure out.
While they're trying to make a wormhole that nobody cares about, they might blow up the earth.
We're living just fine with that.
Great. Don't forget to get your taxes done.
Yes. In the meantime, don't forget. Wow. Typical human behavior.
a lot of updates in the news today. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh my goodness,
It's
stuff.
too many.
Now the weather.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh,
We're not even ready for that.
You're not even gonna know. So what we're trying to do is be live with this, right? So the Houston weather, the whole goal is to try to get this out.
Weather just messed up Christmas. We don't
It
even
is. This is one thing that I found as a potential pattern that I found in the weather.
Y'all ready for winter? Houston is not ready, but I am.
Okay.
And this is my transition to get your Haha Cinto hoodie at hahacinto.com.
Get your
hahacinto.com.
It's nice and toasty up in here.
Too. It's easy.
100% cotton with a liner. Yeah.
Bunch of stuff that's all
They mess up the chongos. Here we go. All right, sorry.
There's so much
The
merch
weather.
outside.
Yes.
Yeah, the weather. But check out the site, hahacinto.com. Lots of stuff. New things coming in all the time. It's actually seasonal, right? The things shift depending, because that's the deal. We're not going to get stuck. It's seasonal. I think check out the new things. The weather. A pattern that I noticed, that I saw everywhere, that people were saying is, if you're wondering what's happening with the weather, follow Ted Cruz. If he's leaving.
He's like the groundhog. He's like the Texas groundhog. You follow him,
If you follow
know
Ted
winter's
Cruz,
coming.
He may be like, hey, there's no storm coming, but I'll be back.
That's awesome.
There's a pattern.
Follow
There's the pattern. Just follow him around. Well, I know you. I heard the news. It's cool, but why is Ted leaving? Like right now? What is it? Just say.
Let me
It's
see
a
what you're
pattern.
wearing. Let me see what you're wearing.
I love that, dude.
Dude.
That's good stuff.
Let me see. Is this it? Check it out.
Jacinto.
Check them out. I need to make a link tree because you know what? I realized like people don't care about clicking on this stuff, right? But if you have a link tree, it makes it a lot easier.
I think that's all right. Let me see. What else? Updates,
You have the
weather,
you have those audio,
tools,
those visual
interactive
people,
events.
Just target those different people that have their little
All right.
yeah.
I think
Those quick
Man.
fixers link tree.
I went through the whole thing.
Shout out to my model.
I went through that.
from this shot right here, y'all.
I went through the tools. I went through the updates, the weather, with my joke about Ted Cruz. What else?
Like you actually wrote down, make a
I
joke about
did,
Ted
I
Cruz.
did. One of my neighbors told me the joke. Actually, I was cracking up laughing. I'm gonna tell it in the episode.
Don't forget, folks, check out my movie on Amazon Prime. It's called Pastor Shepherd.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you were in this one.
Starring-
I forgot you were in this one. Yes. Hollywood star, smart guy that just thought you wrote the. Yes.
Starring the one and only Danny Trejo.
Hahacinto, baby. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it's Hollywood. Yeah. That's right.
And then my YouTube channel and
Oh, you're part of the member.
This is my,
I'll send you the link so you can see the information.
Please.
yeah.
Cool.
Speaking of which,
What's that? What
can
else?
I give a shout out to our sponsors?
Oh, go, please.
This is something a little bit serious really quickly. So I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors, superfunkyfresh.com.
Superfunkyfresh.com.
They create some of the most amazing artwork in Houston, specifically Los Twins de la Para.
Yeah.
We just had some unfortunate news that there was a fire.
I know.
So
two arson.
two
fires,
arson.
separate, that I got
Art
in the-
studio?
Yeah, one in the art studio.
One at the
in
art
school.
studio, and what was at a school.
Yeah.
So and they're not sure if they're
They're not connected.
They're not connected.
just
No,
weird
but
coincidence.
again, unfortunately, this is a really amazing studio in Houston. It's called Winter Street Studios
Yeah.
over in Sawyer Yards.
Super nice.
And it's really nice. And it's I feel like one of the most amazing things that transit. Because I left Houston to go live in LA for like 10 years, and when I came back, it's like one of the things that changed was that railroad spot used to be just railroads and warehouses, and I come back and it's all this beautiful artwork and bars and studios. I'm like, wow. And now it's burned down. I'm like, ugh.
Wow.
So this just happened yesterday.
Wow.
So anyways, check out superfunkyfresh.com. Get you some gear. They have some, oh, you know what? They have some brand new hoodies.
Oh, yeah.
They're super cool. They have like animal print on them.
Cold weather is barely starting. Cold weather is barely starting. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It's barely starting to kick in.
So
Get the hoodies
anyway,
in, you
shout
know?
out to the sponsor.
Yep, there you go. Ask Akilah Thomas. Talk to me. What else would you like to share before we close out? I've got everything on my list, man.
What else that I would like to share?
Bring
Well,
it in. Somebody
of
always.
course,
One more thing. Promise Akilah.
definitely go and follow me on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The description will be on the link.
Yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram. I have Ask Akilah Instagram.
Yeah.
Definitely follow the Gingerbread School on
Cool,
Instagram and Right Way Tax. And then also, I am launching my amazing YouTube channel, which is How We Hustle.
Oh, How We Hustle. You have it's a new one?
How
What
We
is this?
Hustle.
Not the Esquina
Yeah,
one.
What
so
is
we're
this?
adding. So originally, when I got on YouTube, because you know everything's changing
Yes,
on social
right,
media, it's a
right.
constant change.
Yep.
It was more so giving people those. When I initially started on YouTube, it was about giving people those tax tips. I was really trying to connect with my tax clients and
Yeah.
giving people those easy to use tips. And then I found out that right now, like you said, everything's about relation. I'm human too. I'm a business owner too. Outside of doing your taxes, I have some of the same struggles. Like I actually deal with what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So How We Hustle is my YouTube channel. Just basically documenting, hey, I'm mom, I'm wife, and I'm a tax pro dealing with bookkeeping and small business owners. And the fact that I deal with so many small business owners for my tax clients actually wanting to go in to document their everyday struggle. Like, this is a hustle. People do not understand. People look at hustle, they think, no, hustle is about getting up this daily grind.
Yeah, that's right.
Putting together all this amazing things. Like, just to do what you guys are doing right now. You know, this takes time. It takes some amazing energy. And so I really want people to see that. I want people to see that and know what's behind all this amazing.
It is.
Amen.
And when I saw it and I saw the link, I thought, how am I going to be like, nah, she does taxes. I'm not going to do it.
No,
you see what I mean?
No. So
I'm like, hey, no, this is a good opportunity for everybody to learn a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get more connections to the whole plan, which is help the nonprofits, grow the tax industry in Houston, things of that nature. You know?
Play with little kids at the Gingerbread school.
All of it.
Gingerbread school. So yes, go subscribe to How We Hustle. And yeah, we're going to be documenting some real serious. We got my wins.
Okay.
We got the losses.
Okay.
We got me being mom, and we got me doing taxes. So it's a huge 360 of who I am. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube Ask Akilah, and you might get to ask me some really cool. This is your way to get some great tax consultation. Go ahead, get that tax. I want to hear about it. I want to know.
We're here to engage so that we can hear it. So that now they're like, oh, dude, they got two tax professionals talking on the same channel. The moment that they ask me a question that I don't know, guess what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna jump. Look. Let me tell you about this.
Hey, Akilah, I got this question.
Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you something about this.
We're good to go. Anything else?
No, other than happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And stay warm and go get your
get
your ha Cinto sweatshirt.
Yep.
Because it's about to be 2 degrees. Was it 2 degrees? 18 degrees? It's gonna be cold. So grab your sweatshirt, man. Grab it.
Wrap the pipes, bring in the animals, make love to the plants, or how does that go? Something like that. Yeah, all that.
Netflix and chill.
You guys have a good afternoon. See y'all next time.